Man, I got to clean him up a little bit, don't you think? He doesn't like to get trimmed these days, but he just woke up and he's fussy. So I thought I would hold him, see if he can't keep quiet. If you don't know, we do these daily financial shows 7 days a week, 365 days a year. I've been doing it for 20 years or so. In the last year and a half, I've been coming to YouTube and just doing a quick live stream to talk about what's going on in the markets because you like it. We're seeing a consistent growth in viewership, and I wanted to thank you for that. For all the daily viewers who are with me at 7:30 a.m., thank you very much. I recognize all of you, and I just want to welcome you and thank you for all of that. So greatly appreciated. As we go forward, I got two multimillionaires being interviewed today. We have Matt from the East Coast. Matt, if you don't recall, is the newest addition. He is the high school dropout who's gone ahead and built a portfolio of over 60 units. Then we have Omar, that number one agent down south. Will be going at 9. So expect 6 different topics discussed today. And if you want to be a part of our multimillionaire series and get questions for them, go ahead and leave comments below. Do me a favor and tell me who you want me to ask. Right, we have Greg on Mondays, Omar and Matt on Tuesdays, Anna on Wednesday, Jonathan on Thursdays, and then we have guests on Friday here and there. So again, we do all of this for you. When we look at the daily financial news for January 5th, you must start with the Georgia runoff. The Georgia runoff is going to be impactful. It is going to really, really impact our next 2 years before the midterm elections. And I think Biden has clearly said, if the Democrats sweep, I'm going to spend a lot of money. Just yesterday, he went out and said, basically, I am paraphrasing, but this is how I internalize it. Elect the 2 Dems and I'll give you 2K. Kind of sounds like buying votes to me. I'm sure it wasn't said so directly, but that is basically the message. If you want $2,000 stimulus, give me the 50-50 split in the Senate and we will make it happen. I understand the pitch. Frankly, I believe him. And that is why I want a divided government. I believe our founding fathers, way back in 1776, built this kind of pyramid of, the House, the Senate, the executive branch, Supreme Court, all of that, to have a divided government. A divided government means there are trade-offs. It means most of the time you listen to the will of the people. If you get a sweep, red or blue, it's not really the will of the people, it's the will of some of the people. And I am fearful of the next 2 years. Well, fearful? No, I'll say nervous, apprehensive. Fearful is too strong. Let's not breach. Nervous about the next 2 years if we go on a spending spree. So I'm going to be watching, just like you. If you believe Vegas, Vegas actually, for the first time, has it 50-50, whether or not they sweep. By comparison, it was only a 20% 50-50 sweep way back in November. So the trend is not good. And I do believe most of that is because, frankly, Republicans are saying, I'm going to boycott. And that's just, votes don't count if you boycott. So kind of self-defeating, I guess, but we shall see what happens. Again, I got to believe Biden when he says he's going to spend a lot of money if he gets those 2 seats. I hope the Republicans get at least one. We're going to know probably in 24, maybe 36 hours, so we'll see. Yesterday, I reported that the NYSE was delisting 3 Chinese telecom companies, and that I was nervous for what China would do in response. Well, guess what? The NYSE, in the span of 24 hours, has reversed their decision. Yep, they're not delisting them. That doesn't smell right to me. It is, yeah, I don't know what's going on there. Come out publicly saying we're going to take them out, and then 24 hours later say, oopsie, just kidding. I don't get it. Don't know if you've heard this, but the UK has gone on a third strict lockdown. I think this is something that could be coming probably to the state that I'm in, California. California numbers look pretty horrible. First off, we need to recall Gavin Newsom. If you're in California, let's recall Gavin Newsom and get somebody in there who is interested in helping versus looking good on TV. So, do that. And then I think lockdowns could be coming to California. And, the third lockdown in the UK's. And they just did Brexit and off. Oof. I'd love to interview somebody who is in the UK to really see what's going on. It just doesn't feel right. Carl Icahn, kind of in the news again today. Again, we talked about him yesterday on the Daily Financial News, where he sold more than 50% of his position in Herbalife and banked $1 billion profit by some estimates. He is now on record as saying he sees a painful correction coming. He says he's been doing this for a long time and seen valuations get stretched. And, everybody always says this time is different. And he says it's not. But he has positioned his portfolio for the downside, right? Probably bought in some put options and things of that nature. So he is hedged to the downside. He is very concerned about something happening in 2021 that takes the market down. Maybe it's the great rotation we've talked about. I don't know. But he is saying be ready for it. Next up, Jeremy Siegel is actually talking about two things. First, Dow 35,000. And that's interesting because actually that's the same number I picked on January 1st. Like, hey guys, what do you think? Do you think we see Dow 35,000? So he sees that in 2021 after a bumpy Q1. More and more people are calling what you and I have been talking about for months. Q1 will be better than Q4, Q2 better than Q1, Q3 better than Q2. We are getting through this. This is going to get better. The light is getting closer. So it is time to be positive. Yes, bad stuff is still happening, but we are so close to getting to the other side. Start to prepare for it. And, I will admit to getting excited. This last year was not fun. It was not fun seeing people suffer. And I'm looking forward to a more positive environment for sure. JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon's company, they came out and put a price target on Bitcoin. I couldn't believe this. Why? Because Jamie Dimon, who I consider to be the best Wall Street banker, that's my opinion. He once called Bitcoin a fraud. So you can't say that Jamie Dimon's a Bitcoin bull, right? He's not like one of these people that Bitcoin. He's out saying Bitcoin's a fraud. Now, granted, that was years ago. Now his company is calling a price target of $146,000 a coin. Wow. Basically, they are saying that Bitcoin, if price volatility lessens, that is a risk, but they think as price goes up, volatility will lessen, go figure. As more and more insurance and family offices and hedge funds bank or put in cold storage their coins, volatility will fall. And ultimately, JP Morgan is saying Bitcoins will compete with gold as a safe haven asset. That is interesting, right? Go from being an utter fraud to being a asset that competes with gold for fear and asset preservation. It's interesting to see Wall Street just flip the switch from it's a fraud to, this is a viable asset. And should this Bitcoin ETF come out, which they are now pitching for like the fourth time to the SEC, watch out. Could be interesting. I don't know if you've heard about this, but there's one of the Senate, I forget which one it is. It did like 3,000 trades last year or something. I got to tell you, there needs to be a law or an SEC a rule or whatever it is that if you are a member of Congress, you can't trade individual stocks. The fact that that's not there is asinine. You go to Congress ideally because you want to help, not to line your freaking pockets by learning secret information and whispering it to other people. Let's put a rule in immediately that says if you are a member of Congress, House, any of those branches, you cannot trade individual stocks. Maybe give them ETFs, sure, index funds, sure, but no individual stocks. I am just beyond frustrated that these rich and powerful, or maybe powerful and rich, maybe they're powerful first and then get rich. I don't know. But that is not okay. Not okay. More and more folks are talking about the Q2 reopening trade, kind of getting out of the big tech stocks and going to value versus growth. And I think the one area to look at the most, if you're looking for the biggest pop, has got to be travel and leisure. Again, if we really do start to feel better, I know I personally I might spend a month on the road, once we get past this. So again, I think if you're looking for travel and leisure and things of that nature, that's where you need to go if you really think we have this reopening trade coming. And of course, real estate. I'm really excited about what's coming. That interview I had on Sunday just makes me feel more and more positive about what's coming. Students are doing the work. They're understanding what's going on. If you want to get ready for 2021, go watch that interview on Sunday. And if you are going to do the work, buy the course. If you don't want to do the work, totally get it. Just keep watching me here. I will be coming to you every day. All right, everyone. So I've got 2 multimillionaires we're going to interview, and those videos will be uploaded later today. Take care. Bye-bye.